Hi, my name is Sindoni. Welcome to another edition of He Walked the Americas. The stories in this series are from a book written by L.Taylor Hansen. Our story takes place on Tiburon Island in the Gulf of Mexico. Our story is entitled The Untamed Seri, and here is where our story begins. Perhaps to no tribe is the memory of the master more a living thing than it is with the Seri, the shaggy-haired, neglected Seri living in poverty-stricken squalor upon Mexico's Tiburon Island. Still ruled by their sacrificing priesthood are the hardly untamed Seri, still painting their cheeks with the ancient totem which came north on the balsam migrations. Thousands of years ago, say the chanters, the Seri were part of the serpent people living together with the turtles in their powerful ocean homeland long before the time of the deluge. After the great disaster, they fled to the land called the Snows of the Southland. Here they built giant cities and called themselves the Men of the Mountains. Underneath their powerful cities were the giant caverns of the serpent. After many ages, a northern army came down and burned those cities, and then the serpents fled through the caverns to where their ships were waiting and took themselves on the seas to other coastlines in series of long migrations. To them came Tlazoma, the miracle worker, in a canoe which moved by wind power. He stepped out on the beach in the early dawn. They marveled at his long white toga, his hair and beard gleaming with red lights, and his eyes the color of deep-sea water. They thought of him as a beautiful teacher who suddenly took on the halo of godhead. That happened on the hour of arrival. A man rushed out and fell before him, crying, "Ahantazoma, Lord Miracle Worker, for you strange rulers have come to us. Heal these eyes for so long darkened. Bring back my sight of the trees and flowers, of the sea and the people all about me." The master, stooping quickly, gathered up in his hands some wet sand, and placing it over the eyelids of the sightless man, said softly, "Go thee out and bathe in the ocean." With breathless awe the Seri gathered. Here was the test. If he who had been blinded came back to them seeing, then indeed was a god among them. If not, then there would be a sacrifice for the snake god. The blinded man gave a scream of anguish, then a cry of unutterable joy, and came toward them running wildly. Looking at hands full of water, and at his curled fingers, at the sea and the sky, sobbing wildly, he fell at the feet of the healer. The Seri, watching, fell down and worshipped, calling Ahantazoma, Lord Miracle Worker. For many moons the master lived with them, teaching them how to store their water in their giant clay-baked olas. He taught them how to feed their children after their mother had weaned them so that fewer would die as little toddlers. He pointed out to them many wild plants that could be prepared for cooking. Up to the time of the prophet's coming, and some say now, the tribe controlled its population so that it would not overrun the island or deplete the food supply by allowing no children life beyond that number which the death of elders provided. This ancient law was broken by the master as against the law which he gave them, "Raise not the knife in bloody slaughter." When the time came for the prophet's going, he called the Seri to sit in council. "I am leaving you prosperous and happy, but other tribes need me, so I go to the Papago." "Nay, Lord, go not to the Papago. They are an enemy tribe of wicked people." But the master answered, smiling, "In my father's land are many lodges." "Then tell us, great Ahantazoma, you speak often of this land of thy father, yet you say not where it lies or in what direction." Softly the bearded one gave his answer, "My father's land lies deep within you." Did Jesus walk the Americas? The Seri legends say that he did. In our next story we will learn what happened when the healer went to the Papago. I'd like to thank everyone for watching The Untamed Seri.